And now when we have gone to the Rush protocol, and if you read literature out there, there are many systems to examine patients in shock, hypotension, and even cardiac arrest. I think there's a whole table that can actually compare all of them. So I think in this particular course, we want to know about the Rush protocol. Now, even the Rush protocol itself, there's actually 2 Rush protocols out there in the market. This Rush protocol stands for Rapid Ultrasound in Shock. It is developed by Pereira and group. This Rush protocol talks about the body in terms of 3 different assessments. Whether the tank means the different places where fluid can collect, diffusion, like a fast scan, the pipes, which is all the tubes, and of course the pump, which is the heart, the 3 things. This is a very comprehensive study, but I think today I shall introduce the other Rush protocol, which are actually very good and very fast, much more straightforward. This Rush is published in EM Critical quite some time ago, in 2006, by Scott Weingart, and it stands for Rapid Ultrasound for Shock and Hypertension. In this Rush protocol, he used this short form, mnemonic, HIMAP, which indicate different parts of the body they must scan in this whole protocol when you encounter a patient with shock. The first examination point will be the heart, heart. Okay? The heart, he advocates that for simplicity, only 2 views are needed. The long axis view, to look at how the heart performs, and the 4-chamber view, mainly to look at the equality of the heart, whether the left ventricle is bigger than the right, and so forth, right? So the reason behind this in a shock assessment is to look for pericardial effusion, tamponade, RV failure is a sign of pulmonary embolism, and overall assessing how the left heart is functioning. Okay? So you have learned that in your heart lecture, should be able to apply it. So the next one is IVC, inferior vena cava. Right, again, this is to ask you about the volume status, tell you about the volume status of the patient. If it's less than 1.5, you can actually size up that the patient is relatively volume depleted. If it's more than 2.5, then it's not so volume depleted. And in the mechanical ventilation, like discussed yesterday, you have to do certain setting to examine the patient. That's IVC. M stands for Morrison's, it's a short form, but basically it is a fast type of examination with 3 quadrants, right upper quadrant, left, and the suprapubic or the pelvic scanning. So hemothorax, hemoperitoneal, free fluid. Aorta, okay, A stands for aorta, and he recommends that you should scan aorta at 4 positions, just when the aorta exits from the heart, suprarenal, infrarenal, and before the bifurcation. So the assessment of where the aneurysm is lying. And lastly, P for pneumothorax, and so forth. Okay? Lung sliding, and you advocate you can use M mode if you find that lung sliding is very difficult to see. And he recommends that this is the anterior third ICS. Actually, it corresponds to the upper blue point in blue to the fourth. That's it, that's the HIMAP. And in the recent versions of the HIMAP, we added on the third thing, the D, which is the DVT scanning. So after completing a HIMAP, you should proceed to a DVT in the appropriate patients. I think a thorough study is actually more important also. 2-point compression to exclude deep vein thrombosis. So it becomes a D-HIMAP. This is the latest version of the Rush protocol, D-HIMAP. So what are the things? Number one, it should be performed completely in patients. So you mustn't skip any step. Even though the cause of the hypertension is very obvious, you think that, oh, this person has heart failure, it must be due to the heart. But please look at other parts of the body in the whole system, because there may be a second problem in the pipeline that's actually causing the hypertension as well. And if you look carefully, this Rush protocol can be actually enhanced by combining what you learn in blue. The way they scan, the things they look for. You can actually look for maybe lung causes of septic shock, the lung causes ARDS related to whole system failure and so forth. So this is the Rush protocol. Okay? Later on, Hong Chen will bring you through some demonstration interactive cases to help you appreciate how these protocols are applied.